I'll give you a story. There was a brother, white pastor, that has a African pastor as a spiritual father. Pastors from South Africa. White pastor invited the pastor over here. The pastor happens to pastor Chicago. The white pastor took the African pastor. He was driving him around. The African pastor said, I want to see, you know how we are. Everywhere you go, you want to see, well, where the rough people live? Let's see where the bad people live. So he wanted to see where the bad people live. So as he was riding through, he saw what we call poverty. And the African pastor said, stop. Let me go. I want to go. I want to get out of here. The white pastor was kind of shocked because he was saying, well, you know, I've been in your country, and in your country, I know what poverty is serious. Like, you know, this is, you know, the way our poverty is, it's not as bad. And so he said, I'm not looking at what they got. He said, the difference between my people and these people is that my people have hope. He said, I'm looking at these people and it's like the hope has been beat out of them. Now you say, how can you say that? Ride and look at every corner liquor store. Our people are sitting around, walking around like just lost. And that's actually how Chicago looked to me when we was there. I was like, Lord, this is like crazy. Because the hope is not there. The African pastor said, because we have hope, we believe any day we can be blessed. Any day something good could happen for us. He said, but this people have no hope. He said, I don't want to see it no more. The white pastor thought the African pastor had an issue based upon the poverty here is really not poverty, but that's not what his issue. So people outside of America, they come here and they think we're complaining because they're judging poverty. They don't understand that to know who you are would be better than having money. I'm going to prove it to you. What do our people do when they get money? They don't know what to do with it because they don't know who they are. What do people from other countries do when they get money? They send some back. We buy teeth, 40-inch wheels, hair, because we are people. See, when you don't know who you are, they can put images in front of you and say, this is who you are. But when the person from another country come here, no matter what this country do, they know who they are. That's the difference. I remember being in South Africa, and I had to rebuke this one pastor that kind of had an attitude because, you know, of course, I dressed nice and looked nice, and he was thinking, I said, do you in love with the idea of America? I've lived in America. And he tried to tell me that I should have been grateful. You don't have no knowledge of how we got here. But what I told him was, I asked him, I said, what are you? He didn't, I said, you didn't say African. He said his tribe. I said, that's the difference between us and y'all. Ask an African American who he is, and he gonna tell you he's two continents, or he gonna tell you he's a color. He won't know his nationality. That's the difference. Do you know what it feel like to walk around not knowing who you are? So I was trying to tell him he was blessed, and he was trying to tell me I was blessed. Me and my wife was in Uganda with a bishop, and he was, of course, he had come here 2 years ago, and I took him out to Modell's, you know, bought brothers some suits. You know, he went back home and, you know, went back home to his people, and they was like, oh my goodness, you know, he was looking good. And so of course, when I went to Africa, when we went to see him, you know, his people was just, you know, how they do celebrate you over there. They'll celebrate, they would celebrate. And so he took me to his school. It was very poor school, and, you know, it was just dirt floor school. And he was looking, and I knew, because I'm from the streets. One thing I know is when somebody wants some money from you. I know. That's one you ain't gonna have that from me. I knew what he wanted. You know, he was, you know how you hint around and you show me the hole in the floor, and you go get the dirtiest of the kids and show me and this child got a chigger in his foot. You know, I don't know, pulling on my compassion. And, you know, I'm the type of person, I don't look. And the reason why, listen, and I told her, I was like, I don't have the compassion of other Americans. I said, because what I'm looking at is you got 600 acres. You got about 150 youth, big as me. When we come here, we rode a long way, didn't we? I mean, he put us to sleep. He took us so far. We rode past banana farms and rubber farms and all types of stuff was growing. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, close the school. Turn it into a farm. Let these kids learn how to farm. I said, you would corner the market on all the produce in the market. Now, he thought that I was rich because he came here and I bought him a few suits, cost $1,000 or so. And I'm sitting there like, you rich. He didn't understand what I was saying, but I said, whose land is this? He said, it's mine, it's been in my family. Shut up. I said, go to America and buy land and see if you really own it. I said, it's a matter of perspective. You're looking at it because you believe the Satan, the great lie that they pushed over there through TV. How can y'all feed the world and be broke? Somebody's keeping you down. You might not know who it is because you ain't lived around them like we lived around them. We know how they live. We know what they do. They playing y'all against each other. Because if they would have left Africa alone, you would have Mimosa again. It's the only place I've ever been. Oil was running out of the ground. But the bishop told us, he said, I could take you to Tanzania. Diamonds are laying on the ground. He said everybody in the village done dug their house up because diamonds is all up under the ground. Boy come with a diamond like this, traded for a bag of rice. I said, so yeah, it might be a little rough here. Might be real rough. I said, but y'all got something. You know, I was just talking. I said, what do you think African Americans even come over for? We looking for something. We trying to see, we don't know who we are. We don't know where we come from. If I went to the top of Africa, I would think I was kin to them. If I went to the bottom, I would say, well, they my people. And believe it or not, a lot of them Africans would say that, yeah, y'all are people. Everywhere I went, they all say, yeah, you come from here. So how can we all come from this? You can't be from everywhere in Africa. And then why was they saying that? Because they thought, well, he looked like he got some money. No, I'm serious. So, and this one, it dawned on me what the real warfare plan was to keep us separate. So we would not be able to see, because the goal of Pharaoh was to keep the children of Israel from joining with his enemies. See, don't tell these people about how we live. Y'all been with us. Y'all know how we are. So it's a matter of perspective.